Hi babes, how are you? If you're new, how welcome. My name is Michelle and this is another tarot reading. I want to remind you guys that my readings have no date. They are divinely guided. Everything has free will. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody. And please keep in mind that roles keep you reversed in between energies. As always, my readings are always for your entertainment purposes only, and everything that I mention is alleged throughout the whole video. I always provide the legal disclaimer in English and Spanish for anybody who may be interested in. So with this said, let's see what's coming for New York. Listen, I do see Capricorn energy, Leo energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Oh my gosh, New York. Listen. New York, allegedly, we got the Capricorn energy, Leo energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Again, you guys need to be careful. Allegedly, there's going to be a lot of like drugs and all of that situation, or those substances going on around. Allegedly, be careful with your kids. Do not trust that they're gonna that they're grown adults and that can make it. No, always keep an eye on your kids. Now, a lot of people are gonna start moving out from New York to other states. Okay, this is gonna happen most likely around the summertime. A lot of people are gonna move out. Allegedly, important people who were actually paying a lot of money to be there also moving out. I'm sorry guys, my nose. Now, this is going to have a very huge impact in New York's economy, allegedly, into where a lot of people are going to close stores, close down here, lose hours in their job. Allegedly, they're going to raise their rents, trying to make up for these people who are going to be moving out. And allegedly, it's going to be a very, very unsafe state to not only try to move in, but allegedly to walk around or create a business. Now, when it comes to crime, the peace is not going to be given immediately. I do see a lot of problems, a lot of like revoluces, a lot of like things that shouldn't be happening. Allegedly, people are going to say, hey, I've been living here for 12 years and I've never seen this. You're going to be witnessing situations that you have allegedly never witnessed before when it comes to how unsafe allegedly New York is going to be. And I'm not saying it was super safe, but now it's like 1,000 times more unsafe. Now, allegedly, there's going to be a moment that people are going to be tired of the situation, allegedly, and people are not going to wait on the governor, he's here, to allegedly do something. A lot of citizens, allegedly, in New York are going to take matters to their own hands. This is not going to come very simple. And people who are causing these issues are going to be super scared into where they're going to try to go to different states where they're not going to be successful. Allegedly, a lot of them are going to be so scared that they're going to go back to the country of origin, because allegedly it's not as easy as they thought it was. Now, I do see a lot of people who were allegedly having concerts or having galleries, or allegedly they're not going to want to do business with New York no more, allegedly, because they're not okay with what's happening there. So I do see allegedly New York losing a lot of money, making it for the taxpayers to do it too. So I do see here allegedly that if you live in New York, babe, it's recommending to move out, allegedly, to find a different state that you can live in, because it's gonna get super expensive, allegedly super unsafe, not worth it. It's incredible. It's going to be overcrowded, allegedly. It's going to be dirtier. That's what I heard. And allegedly, it's just not a place to be. People who are going to stay there are actually people who are allegedly are going to stand up to the alleged governor, and they're going to actually there's going to be a situation that they're going to say, hey, I want him out. And allegedly the governor, before the elections, allegedly will have to step out of power, because allegedly he is going to get too much backlash. I also see a judge and a police sergeant or something, allegedly, that also are going to have to quit, or they're going to get fired, because allegedly I do see there's going to be like some sort of like I don't want to say civil war, but allegedly people are gonna say, hey, this has to be done. I do see people, citizens, standing up and not taking it no more and not waiting on them. So I do see that everybody doing illegal stuff or so over there, allegedly, especially, talking about immigrants, which is the main issue now over there. It says right here that they're going to be very scared because they never thought this could happen, and allegedly a lot of people that are from New York are going to stand up, and things are not going to be that simple, and they're not gonna, I do see allegedly this is also going to affect other people that are not part of that group of like the alleged criminals and all that, because it's going to be closing doors a lot in other states too, allegedly. There's going to be allegedly some sort of like prejudice against certain Latinos and all of that, which is allegedly unfair, because again, not everybody's part of that. But I do see that every other state is going to push the people who came here to New York into where it's going to be so overly crowded that again, people are going to be done with it. I'm sorry, I just have hair. And allegedly a lot of people are going to start moving out. So if you live in New York or you were thinking about it, they're telling you to reconsider, because allegedly things are not going to get any easier there. There's not going to be money there. You're going to be broke. Allegedly here, there's going to be a lot of like not only podcasts but TikTok and people talking about it, into where allegedly is eventually going to get too much attention, into where the governor will have nowhere to hide, and that's allegedly what people were trying to get. I do see that there's not going to be a lot of communication from the government and all that. Allegedly, there's going to be allegedly some sort of crimes into where it involves a child allegedly here. And that situation is what increases people to stand up. I do see allegedly there's going to be somebody trying and most likely allegedly fulfilling that desire of hacking very important alleged mainstream into where it will actually hack something super important for it's not, how can I put it, allegedly it's not just a civilian hacking. Allegedly is an important somebody who knows what they're doing, trying to hack something to regain balance. And no, it's not something that people are going to be mad about. Allegedly people from New York are going to be happy, but there's going to be an attempt at like a cyber attack. Allegedly, that's what I see. But people are going to be like, great, because it's not towards the people from New York, it's towards something else. Allegedly, I do see that this situation is going to be so intense that now people who allegedly were not paying attention to it, perhaps that they lived it but they lived in a different place that were allegedly more safe, are going to start paying attention, and they're like, oh no, this is getting bad, and what are you going to do? And I do feel this is like a lot of pressure, and eventually they're going to, I do see allegedly eyes taking matters into their hands, because what happens is it causes a lot of pressure into where they can no longer continue. I do see that New York in a couple of months allegedly is going to stop being a sanctuary home. Allegedly, hear me out, New York is no longer going to be a sanctuary home. Allegedly, a lot of people are going to remove the sanctuary home to the sanctuary city. I will say sanctuary city is no longer going to be, and the other ones that were in the other states are not going to be either. So prepare yourself, guys, for 2024 2025. There's not going to be no sanctuary cities no more. There's not going to be allegedly any responsibilities. There's not going to be any law because of the big situation that happens in New York. Allegedly, that is a domino effect. But what it's a domino effect is like anybody that was immigrating or immigrants are no longer going to have a sanctuary city, and allegedly all of them are going to eventually either or voluntarily have to go back and do it the way that the governor wants, or the law wants, or allegedly here they're going to go back and never come back. But I do see here that a lot of sanctuary cities are going to be shutting down, because allegedly people are not going to fund them anymore, and people are going to, this is allegedly a massive upcoming event that a lot of people are going to get united, and they're going to shut down the sanctuary cities, starting with allegedly New York. Allegedly here, I do feel like some sort of like a revolution, and starting in New York, into where it causes, again, allegedly a domino effect in the other states that were also dealing with the same issue, and is followed, and allegedly again it starts clearing out the issues and all of that's been happening since April 2023 allegedly. New York allegedly goes back to more cleaner place, to less allegedly crime. I wouldn't say it's gonna be super simple, but it's gonna go back to the normal crime allegedly. And I do see the streets gonna be clear. There's not gonna be cluttered no more with people, because allegedly there's no longer gonna be a sanctuary city very soon. And I would say 2024, 2025, which is soon technically, allegedly is going to be removed, and is going to be removed in other states too, because people are no longer doing that allegedly. With the 5 of Wands in the reverse right here, is going to be like, it's talking about a silent war allegedly, into where again there's not necessarily violence, right? But allegedly people are standing up, and allegedly a lot of citizens in the United States are going to stand up and be ready for a civil war. Allegedly it's going to be like technically like a civil war, but it's not going to be super violent. It's more about like groups being divided, trying to remove allegedly immigrants. And like I said before, the wrong people may be targeted allegedly, so be careful. But it starts all of it in New York. It's talking about things getting intense around like the warmer weather, because I know right now it's cold, but once the warmer weathers are starting, you will see a lot of people creating allegedly other groups, and they say we're gonna put back justice. Allegedly we're gonna put back organizations, into where it's going to be too much for the governor. There's going to allegedly other people try to come here, and nobody's going to listen to it. There's going to be I would say like an interview, and it's gonna go wrong allegedly. So people are standing up, and the only thing for them to do is, I do see that they tend to put the immigrants into a camp. Allegedly they lift them off the streets, right? And they're no longer staying there, and they're all gonna be allegedly in a camp. And whoever wants to stay there allegedly could take years before they even see these people's cases. So at this point, a lot of them are voluntarily going back, and allegedly others are going to be sent back because there's criminal records allegedly and all that. But I want to know, you guys to know, if you live in New York, that New York allegedly is going to be allegedly rebuilt again, and everything goes back to what we consider normal. Allegedly things get organized, so it may not come from the governor, but allegedly comes from people. There's going to be an important group standing up. Allegedly a hacker has something to do with it allegedly, and they want you to know too, if you live there, to be careful until things get better. But I do see a big revolution happening in New York. I do see people getting out on the streets and going to allegedly the mayor and all of that, and allegedly he has to step up, and if he doesn't, allegedly he's going to be forced to step down and be removed from it. And a lot of people who were allegedly in power are also going to be held accountable too, allegedly. But allegedly it's not the end. It says right here is the beginning of something bigger. But it does seem right here that everybody, I do see allegedly Mexico allegedly tends to eventually gets to work with the United States, and they're going to control allegedly this massive thing. And I do see that a lot of people start to get happy in that sense, but I do see the economy in the United States is not good. I do see that people are allegedly not taking defeat for answer, and they're demanding change, and allegedly a lot of people starting in New York are going to demand change, and a lot of people are going to make sure that happens allegedly here. There's not going to be any truths allegedly until things are done. So if anybody says, oh, I do see like people standing up very, very harsh, and eventually the failure of the immigration situation allegedly has to get fixed, and I do see change coming. And allegedly, look at this power. You see this, New York? You see that? Clear, clean. Power gets back. Organization gets back. Things gets back. So how it used to. I do see allegedly the streets getting cleared, everything getting more organized, things getting less dangerous. Change is coming for New York allegedly. Okay guys, change is coming for New York, and it comes because people, this activist coming to New York allegedly, activist that knows law, and again start spreading these words, and people stand up. And I promise you this, you're gonna start seeing this alleged situations, right, happening in the warmer weather. So even if it takes a bit, things are going to be organized. And allegedly this migrants that are on the floor right now, that could be cluttering, that you could feel very cluttered, is going to be cleared. Everything's going to be clear, and they're going to be forced to move to this camp. allegedly this camp, it's nothing like a hotel. No, it's a camp. It's literally like a jail, allegedly. And they're going to be having to wait for accreditation. Now, allegedly, whenever Trump wins, because allegedly Trump tends to win presidency, allegedly, okay? Allegedly Trump, and this is by the votes, allegedly, what people want, allegedly. Trump tends to win allegedly due to the votes that people want, okay? Somebody said, no, it does not. The cards continue. Okay, let me ask. Hold on. Lilith, can you go in a circle mode as a yes and side to side as a no? Is Trump going to win the elections of 2024-2025? It's Biden gonna win. Trump is the president. If somebody else's win, was the people or somebody else? Was somebody else. So you see, if things go how it should, which is counting the votes, allegedly, it says that Trump is the winner. Now, allegedly, when Trump wins, if it goes like planned, right? It says that this camp that's created, it's shut down. And allegedly, he only will keep people who are looking for asylum, and that qualifies. And everybody else, regardless of the weight, regardless of the promise, allegedly, is going to unfortunately send back. And they have to do it the right way, according to the new laws that are coming, allegedly, under Trump's presidency. They have to do it differently. And allegedly, there's a happy medium and a collaboration with Mexico and other Latin American places to prevent this kind of crossing from happening. So I do see here that all starts on New York, but it actually gets fixed. Okay, so if you live there, they're telling you to be careful for now. If you think things don't get better, allegedly to move to a different state. But if you stay, it says right here that things will get better. It's gonna take a bit, it's like a progress, it's like a stage, but they're saying that it will get better, right? That's allegedly what they're telling me here. So again, this is just a like a second part from the other readings I've done. Pretty much it says the same, but this was focused on New York because the person who asked me, she's from New York and she wanted me to say it, but it involves everything because it's like a domino effect, but not in a negative way. It's a domino effect of oh, okay, let me copy that. So anyway, so we're gonna finalize with astrological dices here. So we got the planet, which represents the situation. We got the moon. It says pertaining to personal matter, material possessions, emotions, changing moods, intuition, subconscious desires, heart desires, and empathy. Now we're gonna go with the zodiac sign. We got here the emotional side, which is what the zodiac sign represents, and we got Cancer, and it says emotional, troubling interpersonal relationships, protective, suppressing emotions, maternal instincts. And finally, we got the house, which is the area of life. Represents womanhood, feminine cycles, pregnancy or hobbies, creative disciplines, or fun activities. And whenever I see feminine cycles, it's telling you it's all a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but it'll happen. Now, this is the end of the reading. I hope you guys liked it. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. You guys can follow me on my other platforms. I'm on Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I also offer personal readings, and with this said, you can check all the links in the description box below. Many blessings. Hope you guys liked it, and